First question I want to know is, what does de-escalation mean to you?
For me, de-escalation is about getting to the root of the problem without activating triggers. By the use of tone, body language, and distance, an officer person can begin to relate and humanize the situation. Now remember, any attempt to de-escalate has to be genuine and not just appear so. Because anything could still re-trigger the person or the situation. So if you're not genuine, it's going to be obvious. So you don't want to actually end up triggering the situation more so by your involvement than you would have if you had just stayed out of it.
When you're de-escalating the situation, my bad, I'm playing the game too, if I'm not making eye contact. But when you're de-escalating the situation, don't always think that shit is going to go your way. People are loud, tensions are high, everyone is aggressive, and you know everyone's on the edge. You are simply trying to put someone in the same calm state of mind as yourself, and 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. It's a very difficult process. To me, de-escalation means lowering the intensity level of an aggressive or agitated person to reduce the possibility of a violent physical incident. That's in layman's terms. If you don't know what that means, look at it. Google use of force continuum, and that's basically de-escalation, or steps from non-lethal to lethal.
The second question is, have you ever used de-escalation? If so, tell us the story. How did you use it? Was it successful, or did it just fall flat on its face? Or did you fall flat on your face?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Maurice. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm going to tackle this question on how did I use de-escalation in a situation. So here in Baltimore, I do venue security at the local venue here. And, you know, with most shows, concerts, and things of that nature, you have the aspect of alcohol. Some people drink, some people don't drink. So normally when alcohol comes into play, if I'm called to a situation, I try, the de-escalation tactic that I use is I explain to the person that was complained on. So I go to them, I introduce myself first, because sometimes just a basic introduction serves as an icebreaker, in my opinion. It serves as an icebreaker. Although I'm a security, I don't want to be taken as a person that's just spitting authority at them. So I try to break the ice. I separate them, so I try to get them away from the noise. So it's not like I'm yelling at them and not disturbing anybody else in the process. And I just let them know, like, hey, man, or, you know, hey, excuse me, young lady, you know, whoever I'm dealing with, I let them know. I understand that you're having a good time, but I had a complaint about you, a couple people, whoever made the complaint, you know, that's not my concern right now, because you're having a good time. I want you to have a good time, but we had to come to a happy medium because you're causing somebody else to not have a good time. So sometimes what I've done, I've relocated that person, or I've even relocated the person that complained about them. If it's just 1 or 2 people, sometimes I'm able to do that. If it's a group of people, I'm not always at liberty to be able to make that call or, you know, move them. But a lot of times, the people that's with the person may be like, hey man, we sorry, we got it, we chill out, whatever, you know. So a lot of times that's an easy solve de-escalation. So sometimes you just gotta watch how you come off in the situation yourself, because you can escalate it depending on how forceful you go into a situation. With de-escalation, you always want to be able to listen and not be so quick to assert your authority, because that sometimes can go left.
Have I ever used de-escalation? I'm an armed security officer. Of course I have. And I don't use it just on the job. I use it in my day-to-day life as well. People, how can I say it? When they see me, as y'all can see, I'm a big guy. When people see me coming, they normally tend to run away and that's the end of it. Except for that one person. But it's all about using your words. What's that word? Verbal judo. Using your words, you can solve. I guarantee you, 99% of your problems you can solve just by using words.